Sports Media Station.
Good morning, everyone.
We ready?
Live from the TXU Energy Studio.
The Roula and Ryan Show with producer Eric, Special K, and Sam.
Alrighty, 1 hour from now, the first rapid fire quiz of 2025.
And Eric is already annoying everybody.
Oh, I haven't been cocky yet. I'm saving the cockiness for 8. Although Tuan is already, because Tuan won the rapid fire belt.
He's one of our super fan listeners.
Like we gave it away as a prize. Well, you guys gave it away.
Yeah.
I should be holding it right now. It should be around my waist.
Anyway, Tuan, who's one of our very loyal listeners on The Drunk Show, took it home, and he gets to own it now. And he said he's hoping for one of his favorites to win. And it's not me or Eric or Kevin or Sam. He wants Ahmad to take the first W of the year.
What?
That's what he said on text.
Well, Kevin, you're his number one fan.
I know.
And he turned on you.
He did. What happened? I think I must have said something.
Did you prank one of his family members?
I must have said something, and I don't know.
Speaking of that, let's go to this.
All right.
104.1 KRBE.
Did you know the 3-digit extension is the...
All right, let's hit it. Now time for Roula and Ryan's prank call.
Now, Kevin, are people more likely to be caught off guard being the new year? Maybe they're not ready for a prank coming in?
Hey, as long as I say the right things at the right time, they usually believe me.
Right, so you have to get with Special K at krbe.com/prank call requests to get the information to him of what exactly he's going to say. What'd you say the other day? Somebody texted you, sent you an email that just said
They didn't give you
the
whole
most
thing.
basic of things.
Yeah.
You're like, how can I make a prank call on this?
Give me your concept. And they said, she lives on Mulberry Lane and she likes cereal.
Oh.
Oh, my God. And they want you to build a prank out of that.
At least tell her what kind of cereal. Like, he needs inside information to make him fall for it, because how would you know that unless you're the
And
real
why
person?
do you want to prank this person? Just for fun, or did they prank you? A lot of times, every single person, if you really pay attention to all the ends of the prank calls, every person who's ever been pranked on this show swears revenge on the person that got them.
I always wonder if they ever get them back.
Only
Sometimes
one
they do.
time, because you pranked the other person because they pranked them.
Mm-hmm.
We have had it come full
turnaround.
circle.
So you got to
All right.
wait, though. You got to wait. Michelle set this one up today.
Hey, y'all. I want to prank my fiance, Mike, because we moved into this house about 2 years ago, and the HOA is very flexible, and we've made a lot of modifications to the 2 acres that we live on, but we've never really asked for approval. And he kept warning me. He kept saying, you should be doing this. So we built a she shed for one, and that was kind of like my baby. And he was really worried people were going to make us take it down, but they haven't. And then he got an excavator out, and he expanded the pond like really big and like crazy. Then he got a bunch of chickens, and so I thought it would be so funny to prank him, like, you don't live on a ranch. You have 2 acres, and you have all these chickens, and the neighbors are complaining, and then you built what'd you build back there? You didn't get permission and that kind of thing, and so just you're gonna have to tear all that down. But he will definitely lose his mind.
Tearing it down.
I think he turned into. He thinks he's Rip from Yellowstone. Look at me! I got some land.
Hey, by the way,
I'm gonna have some chickens.
Acreage.
What?
I keep hearing those words thrown around a lot. She shed. Is that like the female equivalent of a man cave?
Pretty much.
I think a she shed is outside, and it contains a lot more.
They're all their women's.
So is it like a storage unit?
hobbies.
It's not somewhere where a woman would hang out. It's just where all her stuff is.
It's where her stuff is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But some people do hang out now. They have those little garages out, little sheds.
Oh,
out
yeah.
behind
They have
their
a
house.
window unit up in there.
Yep.
Okay.
You see that a lot in the Heights. Now, we did get pictures of this lake.
You should see that. Wow, this guy.
It's deep.
It is. He really went to town with that excavator.
I cannot
wow.
believe how deep this thing is. And they stock it with fish. And so this thing is crazy big. Let's give him a call and tell him where he went wrong with all these things. He circumvented the homeowners association. Ooh. Let's get him.
Hello?
Good morning, Mr. I'm calling from Texas. This is Richard Hunt.
Oh, okay, yes.
Just hoping you can attend our New Year's sipping celebration in Cornswoggle this first weekend of January.
Okay, where's that at?
That's going to be down the street at the community center. But we ask that you bring a Danish or a confection, but nothing with cheese in it.
Okay.
It gives Mr. Chase the GERD. Sir, but speaking of situations in the neighborhood, I wanted to talk to you about the chickens in the lake that you had dug.
Yeah, the pond was already there.
Yes, sir, but you had excavated it into more of a lake now, and unfortunately...
No, I just went to the same All I did was clean it out. That's all I did. I didn't go any bigger. It looks bigger, but it's just a little bit deeper and a little bit wider. That's it.
Exactly, and the neighborhood association feels like you're trying to float the SS Carnival in that lake.
What?
Yes, sir. A water ski competition, and we've seen the steam shovel out there digging it up.
Well, yeah, there was an excavator out there digging. Yes, that's how you dig a pond. It's just
Okay.
The
You don't
pond
get
was already there.
Okay.
The pond was already there. I mean, the pond was there and it silted in, so I just dug it back out. That's all I did.
I see that, but it's a hazard to wildlife.
The pond?
Yes, sir. They could fall. They probably can't stand in that size of deepness.
Excuse me?
No, excuse me, sir. And the she shed, which is, by the way, not approved.
Uh-oh.
Well, I didn't know you had to. I didn't know you had to approve a shed.
Yes, sir. I need to come by and inspect it. And the chickens, sir. The chickens are causing a ruckus.
Oh well, I can't help you on that. They ain't my chickens. There's a lot of chickens in that neighborhood.
They're cluckety-clucking and other things that rhyme with that word.
Hey, look, I don't really give a and don't know who the you are, but if you want to come by my house, we can talk right there.
Okay.
How about
okay.
that?
I would love to come on down there. Now, don't lock me.
I wish you would.
Don't lock me in that she shed. Drown me and feed me to the chickens. You know, I've seen Dateline NBC.
Oh my God!
Oh, he had
He
enough
is
already.
not okay with this.
Oh, man. Well, let me tell you.
He got angry fast.
I made this call kind of leading up into New Year's, and he would not pick up the phone again. And I got scared that he was going to go on down there and shake someone down from the homeowner association. So Michelle went ahead and let him in on what had happened. And so we did get a hold of him again, and this is how it went.
Hello?
Mike, it's Special K from KRBE.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Sorry to mess with you.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Mike.
Yeah.
You got those chickens there cock-a-lack-a-lack-a-doodling.
Yeah, I was like, what? Why would somebody say that at the end? And I was like, God, dog, who was this person? Yeah, that lit me off because I was thinking, God, dog, man, I knew we should have put I knew we should have went and got a permit for that she shed. That wasn't my idea. I was thinking, my God, man, well, I told her not. We just moved to the neighborhood, and here she was building a she shed. I said, man, we got an HOA. You're supposed to get a permit for that.
Well, I think she had a great idea, and it really worked to the point where you cursed me out.
Oh, yeah, I have a temper, and you touched it.
I hit those buttons. She gave me some good buttons to push, but listen, obviously it was all a joke. Do you have a message for Michelle who set this up?
Payback's a bitch.
Thank you so much for taking my call today. Can you say these words to me? Can you say Special K pranked me on the Roula and Ryan show?
Special K pranked me on the Roula and Ryan show.
Yay! Here it is again, the payback.
Now, when he did that on Friday, I was talking about this on air, and I'm just curious, maybe someone listening right now would know if this is true. My friend said there's a thing he did once where he's supposed to get a permit.
Okay.
But he knows, like, at 3 o'clock, they're off.
The permit department?
The people that drive around and then
Oh,
make sure you
okay.
have permits. So then he started it on, what was it, Friday, he said?
Okay, yeah, you started on a Friday and you
Like
finished
3
on
o'clock,
Sunday.
it was a driveway. He wanted to do a driveway and then put these things up and stuff. So
Yeah.
like 3:30, the guys came, started working all weekend, and by Sunday, they were done. So they didn't have a permit. And HOA goes, hey, you have this up, you put this up, you have to tear it down.
Yeah,
Because you
they'll
didn't
do
get-
that.
And he goes, nope, if you catch me in the act while I'm doing it, I have to tear it down. If the work is done, and I told you it's done, you can't do anything about it.
Really? Is that for every HOA?
Now I'm just wondering, is that real? This
You
guy's
really
a
gotta
legitimate,
know.
like, this person is like, it's not like just me saying it. Like, this person deals with that
But
world.
you got to know,
Oh,
like,
wow.
each and every HOA
Basically, they're saying, like, if you're done,
rules.
If you're in the middle of it.
if you're in the middle and they catch you, like, say you got one more brick to put and they come over, hey, what are you doing? Well, you can't be doing that. You didn't get permission or approval. You have to tear it down. But if it's already done, nope, the work is done. You can't do anything.
Such a racket.
You know
Now,
what
is
I
that
do
true or not?
find?
I don't know.
Okay, somebody text us at 37530 if you know that's true. Now let me throw you this. Every single time, Special K, you have told somebody that you're going to come on down there
Yes.
It is really funny how the testosterone in the male is like, come on down here.
Why don't you breathe?
I'll wait for you.
Like, how do you
I
make
see
that?
you get down here, my house.
That
if a woman
leap.
heard that, she'd be like, I'm calling the police. You cannot come down here.
Men want to
You are
fight.
not coming down here.
That's what I don't understand. How you can make that leap. You can be a sane, rational man, and all of a sudden physical violence is on the horizon.
Ben and Houston are not wussies.
No.
I
no,
mean,
they're-
I've been in plenty of a club where a guy just walks by another man the wrong way and accidentally brushes his shoulders like, you want to go? You want to go? And you're like, oh, God, what's happening? Oh, God, there's a fight.
Kevin,
I
you
don't
need to
want to
start
go.
giving the people like, all right, meet me here and give out Ryan's address.
Oh, no, thank you.
Maybe at 10:45.
Put up your dukes.
Yeah, put 'em up, put 'em
By the way, he
up.
said, I didn't change anything, but then when you were talking to him, he goes, well, I made it deeper and wider. I'm like,
A
well,
little deeper, a little
That is
wider.
a little bit of a contradiction.
I think you changed it.
it's big.
All right. Well,
Thanks, guys.
if you'd like to get somebody pranked in your life, Special K is the man to do it. To go to krbe.com/prank call requests, and that is how it's going to get done. Coming up next, it's time for the first closure of 2025, and that is where you are seeking closure from someone who either ghosted you or y'all have lost touch. You've reached out, they don't respond, but they respond to Eric. Let's hear what it's all about next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
That, my friend, is what they call closure.
Yeah, they were in your life,
Closure.
and they weren't. You want some answers.
So whether you are the one that ghosted somebody or somebody ghosted you, people from all scenarios reach out to Eric at krbe.com or Instagram at producer Eric.
That's the
and
best way to
direct
just
message him.
DM me, and it doesn't have to be relationship. It could be a friend.
We've
Yeah,
had
it could be
school
long
teachers.
lost, friends, long lost family members, friends of parents who have passed. The kids are like, whatever happened to Uncle Bob, things like that.
You could have maybe you had a doctor that did something great for you. Maybe you were injured, and you want to try and find them. You can't because they moved somewhere.
Right. So Jake reached out. Let's find out why he's here exactly. Hi, Jake. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey,
Good morning,
Jake.
buddy.
So who are you trying to get closure with this morning?
There's this woman, Nina, that we had dated for a couple of weeks, and I really liked her a lot. And then I ghosted her for like the last 6 months.
Why did you ghost her?
You're the ghoster?
Oh, yeah, I feel terrible.
And do you want to go back on a date with her now, or you just want to clear the air and say, I'm sorry, I ghosted you?
No, I would love to go back on a date with her. We had a great time.
Okay, but why did you ghost her in the first place?
Like I said, we dated for about 6 weeks, and then I ran into my ex.
Oh.
And went back to the well?
We did reconnect, and she was adamant that I not have any contact with any other females.
You're telling me this ex is so powerful that you're dating Nina for 6 weeks, and upon running to the ex, what's the ex's name?
Margaret.
Okay.
And running into Margaret, she demanded you have zero contact with other females, and you just ghosted Nina.
So something must have happened then. You and Margaret must have not worked out.
Yeah, well, we were together for a couple of years.
Oh, it was a long-term relationship, and you guys broke up, and then she gets back together with you, and then it doesn't work out.
The ghoster usually will reach out to the ghostee, and the ghostee will be like, oh my God, I cannot believe he's finally coming around again. And maybe there's a text exchange or there's not, but you haven't even tried to reach out?
Yeah, I did. I sent her a couple of texts and never heard anything back from her.
Did you tell her why you were gone?
No, I wanted to explain to her what had happened and why I did what I did, and just see if she would be interested in dating again.
Okay, so here's what's very interesting about being ghosted, because I've been ghosted in my past before I got married. And when the person finally reaches out, you're so intrigued, like you're so mad, like now, what do you want now? But at the same time, you're intrigued, like, well, what's he going to say? Why did he ghost me? So tell me, Eric, you got Nina on the phone.
She's listening. She's hearing everything.
Okay.
Let's bring her into
So
it
instead of
then.
you telling her just by yourself,
We're going to be here for...
she's just heard it now.
Yeah. So
So it
let's
made it
just
probably
bring her to the
worse.
conversation. Nina, welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show. Thanks for being available for the call today. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, Nina, do
Hey,
you want
Nina.
to say good morning to Jake?
Hi, Jake.
Hi, Nina. I just want to tell you how sorry I am that I treated you the way I did. It was really rotten of me. I feel like an idiot, but I just wanted to apologize and explain to you why.
You know, actually, it's not necessary. He ghosted me for whatever the reason is. I'm okay with it now. I don't need an apology. I'm okay. He actually did me a favor.
How do you do you a favor?
He ghosted me. He left me high and dry. And I realized, the dating pool has and in it, and I'm not ready for it.
and you're not ready for
the
it.
toilet
The P&P.
of dating. Obviously you heard him tell us that he went back to an ex who was very possessive and demanding. He doesn't speak to any other females. So I guess, personally, I'd be like, I don't need that kind of crazy.
So you're saying that you don't want to date anybody?
No. Actually, I realized that I didn't want to be out in the streets dating, so I called up my ex and we rekindled it, and we're happy right now. We're good.
What's everybody doing? Everyone's getting back with their exes.
It's going backwards. Okay, so you called up your ex. Was your ex with somebody or just like casually dating or just not dating anybody?
He was twiddling his thumbs, I guess, waiting for me.
Oh my gosh. Did you break up with him originally or how'd that relationship end?
He moved out of town and then, the distance thing wasn't working and then he came back. So it worked.
So you're just going back to him because he's what? Safe?
He's safe, he's reliable, he's honest. So
you're making it sound like you're cutting it down like, because he's safe.
Well, I'm all about
with her new guy.
forward
leave her.
momentum rule. I don't know if you should go back.
It works for some people. Yep.
He's been dumped 4 times by the woman who's been his wife for 15 years.
Yeah, okay.
More than that.
So I just feel, how many years now? 17?
What?
Oh my God, it's 17.
2007, so 17.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Well, look,
Married.
more power to you, Nina. You're happy with your ex who's now your current. And for you, Jake.
She doesn't need to talk to you.
Yeah, well, it was my fault. I blew it.
I accept your apology, Jake. If anything, I want to say thank you. This has been the most exciting and just fulfilled relationship that I've been in a long time. So thank you, Jake.
Ooh, ouch.
I'm with a real man now.
Good for you.
Whoa.
Don't act so surprised.
Are you going to call Margaret now?
No, don't go back to her. She
No,
demands
that's what
that
I'm
you don't
saying.
talk to other women. She's too controlling, Jake.
Or maybe that's a good thing.
Be by yourself for a while and find what you really want in this world and what you need in this world, not who's telling you what you need.
Is he going to be weak, holidays, or...
No.
Oh my God,
much
Eric, stop. Listen,
Just
we're going to let
be
you go.
on your own.
Jake, thanks for listening to our show.
During the
Nina,
holidays?
thanks for making time for our show. Good luck to both you guys. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
All right. And I think being alone on the holidays is not always the worst thing in the world.
Listen, there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. You could be alone and not be lonely. You could be in a room full of people and be lonely.
Yeah,
You be in a
absolutely.
relationship
You know what I mean?
and you're still
Yep.
alone.
Yes. So, and I want to just make a note to anyone who, unfortunately, you feel like, oh God, the dating world is so crazy and terrible, and I'm stuck in this world and I don't really want to be. In an hour from now, we're going to ask you to call us and tell us what your tried and true that has worked for you. If you found success as on an app or a site or
Like
a
last
program.
year,
How'd you
at
find
this
someone?
time, you were single.
Not me.
No, just
But
you're
you're-
listening
yeah.
right now. You're a single
I was
person.
like,
You're single, and
If
you're
you were
thinking,
something?
single.
I wonder if I need to find someone in 2024, and now it's 2025, and you found somebody.
Yeah.
Like, how
was
did
the-
you do that?
Yeah. Where'd you find them?
Give hope to other people for 2025, because there's so many people that say last year. How many people did we have on the show that dating sucks?
Oh my God, yes, the state of dating. We learned, I repeated that how many times after we did that whole kind of roundtable research on the phones. And I was like, listen, we've heard from you guys. The state of dating sucks in Houston, Texas. So
And I know
we're
there's-
going to open up the phone
I do
lines in an
think
hour
that
and
it
tell
is-
you
I always
what's
think of
tried and
Roula. I always
true.
think of Roula that year when our boss is like, "So guys, what's the plan this year?
Yes, this actually
show.
happened in real life.
Oh, yeah, I remember
My
this.
boss actually asked
You
me
gonna get out there, Roula?"
if you're going to get a boyfriend.
Yeah.
That's not allowed
I've been like,
now.
are you going to pay me extra for that?
This is before
That's not
DEI.
allowed now.
No.
Like, you
this
can't
is
say that to
a long
somebody.
time ago.
I know, but still.
Isn't that crazy?
But
You
then
get a boyfriend?
what did you say?
And I
You
just,
said,
I
"Oh,
just
well,
was, I felt
maybe
so
I'll get
awkward.
married,
like,
guys."
I don't know. I mean, because the guys made some crack, and I go, I could absolutely be engaged by the end of this year, and I was.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was
You never know.
engaged
The
by the
thing
end of that
is,
year.
like,
Yeah,
I
because
got
you had a
engaged
really
by Thanksgiving.
short dating to
Yeah,
engagement,
I met
right?
Tassos in March. We were engaged by Thanksgiving.
That's insane.
I
See,
know,
you
right?
never
But
know.
when you know, you know. And it's like when you're not looking for it. I know that's a cliche, but it's really true.
But you say that, but then someone's like, "Well, let's be."
I haven't been looking
I've been
for
looking for 4
it,
years. I
and
haven't found crap.
yeah.
Sometimes you have to nudge it a little bit.
Oh, I'm not
Like,
saying.
You have to
Roula-
put yourself out
I mean, if
there.
Roula
you're
might not have
just
been looking
staying home
for
all the
it,
time.
Brian, but
Right.
her sister was looking out for her.
Oh yeah, my sister. For people that don't know, I met my husband because my sister set us up. She knew he lived in Dallas and had done radio, was doing radio, and she'd always said, "There's a great guy in Dallas that does radio." I go, "So what do I care?" And she goes, "Because maybe you should go out with him." I go, "Why would I go with a radio person who lives in Dallas?"
That's usually the opposite. You don't want to be with a
How
radio
did she
person.
find out about him, though?
My sister knows every Greek everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Because he's Greek, and she like seeks out like Greeks, and she's very curious to know who does commercial radio or commercial television who is a Greek American, like
that's
Maria
funny.
Menounos.
Yeah.
And she just wants to know, like, are there Greeks that she should know about because you want to celebrate your culture or whatever, and
Got
that's
it.
how she came
Plus,
across
you guys played
him.
basketball against them too, right?
And when I was a kid, for the little short story, real quick, for those that don't know this part of my life, when I was a child at the Greek church off Montrose, every Thanksgiving there was a basketball tournament for the churches, and it was called Turkey Ball because it was Thanksgiving weekend, and it would happen either Oklahoma, Dallas, Albuquerque, Houston, and so you would go to this tournament, you'd play ball against other dioceses, and it's just fun. You meet all these kids, and the Dallas boys always had a team that was rivaling the Houston boys. Blah 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 blah. Here I go, fast forward all these years later, I'm engaged to Tassos, and we're looking at our pictures to get things ready for the rehearsal dinner slideshow, and I'm in my house with my parents, and from my bedroom, this chest of drawers had all these old pictures. I bring it to the breakfast table, and we're looking through it, and Tasso goes, "Hold on, let me see that picture." I had a picture of my future husband in my room since I was 15.
Isn't that weird?
It was actually 14.
That's cool.
Because he goes, "There's me and there's my brother." I go, "What?" Because I had taken
You're in
a
the same
picture
room, the same court.
in the Dallas boys basketball bench when we were playing them, and this picture was just floating in this
Oh, that's
drawer.
eerie. That
Isn't that cool?
is.
And I had a picture of my future husband in my room since I was 14.
Was it they say? It's kismet.
What's that?
Kismet. Yeah.
Kismet.
I don't know what that is.
It's like like destiny,
Like Destiny?
fate.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
Meant
what
to be.
delicious combination of events or something
Isn't
like
that
that.
crazy?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
So yeah, anyway.
You gotta
so
share that photo.
I really should, because it's such a faraway picture. This is before we
Were you a
Instagram.
cheerleader or?
No, I was just there on the.
She's like,
and-
this boy's really cute.
No,
And she
actually,
takes
you
a
know,
pic.
Sam, when I took that picture, there was a
Like, why
girl
would
on
you-
my team that had massive crushes on Dallas boys.
Yeah.
And I had a camera, and that's not normal to have a camera back then on you. It was a Canon Snappy. And she goes, "Can you take a picture of the Dallas boys bench?" And I was on the bleachers across the court from them. It wasn't even like a Zoom or anything. And I just took one picture of the Dallas boys bench to give her the copy.
Yeah.
And the other copy was in that drawer, and
That's so
Tassos was
funny.
in it.
That's so weird.
And I never met him at that tournament. I never met him once. We never
Or maybe
crossed
you-
one time.
Maybe you said hi, you just don't remember. Like, why would you?
Yeah.
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
But getting back to like not knowing
cool,
what's
though.
coming at you that year, I was like, I don't know, I could be married by the end of this year, and I was engaged. So in an hour from now, we want to know what's tried and true and worked for you. Maybe last year was your year that you're like, I don't know, maybe I'll find somebody, maybe I won't. And this year you found somebody. So for the 2025 pool, we'd like to share the information. Maybe they get
maybe there's a dating
Somebody.
website that we don't know about
right, or a new app,
that worked for you.
something. So anyway,
You always hear negative ones. You always hear the negative stuff. That one never worked.
oh gosh, I've heard there's
I'm
one.
like, sometimes if they're not all working, sometimes it's not the app.
It's the person using the app.
Cheryl Underwood.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Cheryl Underwood
You
from
can't
the
link
top.
6 apps.
Listen, Cheryl Underwood from the
What
top.
is the common denominator here?
That's exactly what I was saying. Cheryl Underwood said that. On our show, where Special K is standing, Cheryl Underwood, the comedian, was here to do the improv. She was not on the talk yet, and she was standing there doing her little bit, and she goes, sometimes when it doesn't work out for you over multiple times, the common denominator is you.
It's true.
I will never forget her saying
But
that.
none of us want to admit that one.
Yeah, it's
No,
kind of
absolutely not.
How would we do that?
Okay, coming up next in Celebrity Scoop, something very eerie and creepy. I know it's not Halloween time, but there's something available for you to do if you're into the scary movies in real life. You want to visit that place? I'll tell you what you can visit and what's open for you. Plus, the Blake Lively, It Ends With Us stuff. I think a lot of people need like a reset of what happened because that broke over the holidays and everyone's confused now.
I think her
including
husband's
me.
rich, and because she might not be working much anymore.
Because
Nobody's
originally,
really.
like, what's happening with Blake Lively? Is she a villain? Is she a victim? Or what is happening? I'm going to try
Sounds
and
like she's a
lay it
villain.
out. I'm going to lay it down next in Scoop on the Roula and Ryan Show.
I'm pleased to introduce Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
On KRBE.
It is brought to you by Taqueria Sarandas. And in case you have had holiday brain the last couple of weeks and you weren't really paying attention to all social media or entertainment news, on December the 20th, Blake Lively launched a story and a lawsuit against the director of the Netflix show It Ends With Us, Jason Baldoni.
The movie.
I'm sorry, the movie.
There's a book too, right?
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
I'm
Did anybody
sure.
see it? Did you
What's
see
it
Sam?
about?
I have
It ends
not
with us.
seen it.
I think isn't he abusive or something?
He is. They try and make it seem like that it's supposed to be
In the
this
book,
like
yeah.
romantic kind of movie, and then there's like this twist. Like
So it's
this
really heavy.
twist.
It
Yeah.
just came out in the movie theater, but then Netflix picked it up.
People were like, "There's a
last
lot of
month.
trigger warnings that they don't tell you about in this movie."
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And the main star is the director.
yes, he's the director, and he's the one opposite Blake Lively. Mm-hmm. And so,
He's the aggressor in the movie.
right. So, I was kind of paying attention to it over the holiday break, and then I yesterday tried to make sense of it all, because now, to Eric's point, he was saying, well, who's the bully? Is Blake Lively a bully? What's happening here?
Right.
So she says that he was involved in a smear campaign against her, and she was sexually harassed on the set of this movie by the director and her co-star. And then he launches a lawsuit saying that she's smearing him and she's attacking him. And so now it's all about the attorneys going back and forth. And his attorney says this is not a feud arising from creative differences or a he said, she said situation. Her lawyer's statement read, as alleged in Miss Lively's complaint, and as we will prove in litigation, the studios and its associates engage in unlawful retaliatory astroturfing. I've never heard that phrase used in harassment.
Astroturfing.
Against, it says here, retaliatory astroturfing against Miss Lively for simply trying to protect herself and others on a film set. And their response to the lawsuit has been to launch more attacks against Miss Lively since her filing. Because again, the claims are sexual harassment and retaliation.
Here's what that means. Astroturfing is the deceptive practice of presenting an orchestrated marketing or public relations campaign in the guise of unsolicited comments from members of the public.
Now we know.
That was so wordy. I need chat.
I think basically,
right.
Can you put that ChatGPT for me and say,
What's
put it
that?
like you're a third grader, because
making it look like people are making comments, just regular comments, like regular people are making comments, but it's actually not. It's a marketing campaign.
Oh, weird.
Well, on December 31st, Justin Baldoni then filed a $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times over their December 21st article about her complaint.
This could ruin him.
Alleging that it was her who engaged. It was she who engaged in a calculated smear campaign. And that's why the back and forth, he said, she said, comes into play. And now there's all this stuff flying out there about other people saying, oh, she's a bully on set and all this stuff.
Well,
and
Gossip Girl, they always said she was high maintenance. But to me, that's my thing.
What does that even mean?
To me, it's just like, because a woman's strong and wants to...
and asked for some peanut butter.
Yeah, they'll call her a bee.
And I'm saying the peanut butter thing because yesterday we talked about Adam Carolla, who's a radio guy,
deal.
asked for peanut butter at a radio show, and they labeled him high maintenance.
But if by doing this can open up to, we get to see all the text messages that they had with each other, and it's going to open up a lot of stuff that we can all read. It's not good for anybody.
Someone.
These two need to knock it off. They're going to screw up Ryan's career, Blake's career, because there's a story that Ryan invited him over and said some stuff to him, kind of not threatening him, but kind of threatening. There's all kinds of stuff in this if you read up on it.
Because
Doesn't make him look good either, because that's his wife. I mean, think about it. He's going to protect his wife.
Of course.
And he's got power. Think about it. Whatever he knows everybody in Hollywood. He could ruin this guy in two
He's Deadpool,
2 seconds.
man.
Yeah.
Deadpool rules all right now.
Yep.
You can't go wrong with him and Wolverine.
He's got the mouse behind him.
Oh, yeah.
Disney.
Yeah. So I feel like it's a to be continued because right now it's really convoluted. I mean, if you just Google Blake Lively lawsuit right now, you will get the first 7 things are 3 hours ago, 1 hour ago, 5 hours ago, 10 hours ago. It's every hour there's something changing. So that's the basis of it. December 20, she filed this and said this was the environment on the set. And then on the 21st, the Times wrote that article. Now he's suing $250 million.
He was directed it.
And
she was taking the movie herself and trying to edit it and stuff.
Oh, wow.
And tell him what to do and stuff. There's some weird stuff in there if you read. It's
Okay, but
he's I'm the director. I'm the one that's supposed to make the calls. And you're using your power because you're Blake Lively.
But at the same time, Eric, can I just say real quick, because I know we have to run on. We've been in entertainment for a long time, and we know when people have worked with incompetent people. So maybe...
But he's the
I don't
director.
know.
I mean...
I always look for edges to see, is there wiggle room there? Was there... I don't know what the circumstance was behind the scenes, but what if... Who knows if they had a private conversation? He goes, I'll give you creative license over something. And then she goes, you gave me creative license over this, and now you're acting like a bully. I don't know.
Maybe
There's so much.
producers over
There's
his
so
head.
much.
You never know.
Well, let's just see. To be continued.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Roula and Ryan Show on KRBE with what's going down in H-Town.
Well, I think we can all agree we hate traffic. H-Town traffic is a nightmare. So there's a new story out. The average United States commuter lost 43 hours of their life last year just sitting in the car in traffic. But it's worse here in Houston. That's the average, 43 hours. Now, it could be worse. If you look at the number one bad spot, that would be New York City, where the average American lost 102 hours of their life sitting in traffic. Now, when you jump down to Houston, we come in at number 7 on the list. The average Houstonian loses 66 hours of their life a year sitting in traffic.
I feel like we have just as many cars here as in New York, and they have twice as many people.
I know. It's
because everyone drives here.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you have to.
Like in New York, I know so many people that never even had
Yeah.
never drove because they don't have to.
Well, they have
Never had a
public
car.
transportation. You could take a subway, cab,
Yeah.
Uber,
Just
whatever.
walk.
Train.
It's a walking city for sure.
Yeah.
Wear
Well,
some comfy shoes.
I mean, I'm one of the few that I wish we had the 101 hours. I like the traffic for us. In the
Oh,
morning.
it's good for us
I'm
because
selfish.
people want to listen to the show and they listen longer.
People
so
see
that's a
rain,
great
I see,
thing.
yes. They're in
Yeah.
their car longer.
Eric's seeing dollar signs.
I think we're the only ones.
So it could be worse. We spend 66 hours of our lives every year sitting in Houston traffic. Chicago is 102 hours, Los Angeles 88 hours, Boston 79 hours, Philly 77 hours. Wow.
They
Right
don't
after
have-
us is Atlanta.
Because think about it, we have the Katy Freeway isn't the widest freeway in
It
all
is
of America.
right there.
It's
and
incredible.
It's
Gessner
unreal.
and I-10 is the widest freeway in the United States of America.
And, you know, just my Pennsylvania experience, there's a freeway called the Schuylkill. It looks like it's spelled Scully Kill.
yeah.
And it's sandwiched between water and mountain, and they can't widen it.
No, they
And that's
can't.
why it's always so stuck. So I can see why Philly got more hours than us.
Oh,
Because
that's
it's such a small space.
And
They
it's
cannot
sheer
expand
rock,
it.
like rock
Yeah.
cliff up against it, and then the.
So we get
I've
those
always
drone
wondered-
cabs.
Oh, drone cabs, yeah. Because we want an accident to happen above
Drone
us.
Ubers, Drubers.
Drew,
I've always wondered why we can't have a double-decker. 610 at the Galleria is always a nightmare any time of the day. Could they do a double-decker freeway?
That would
long-
make sense.
You see how long it took to do the 59 610 project?
Oh, yeah.
It took like
And-
7 years.
And they built it exactly the same.
Yeah.
Instead of
They
having the
don't-
foresight
what
to
did they do?
actually make an extra lane, they built it identical.
If we're lucky to be great grandparents, maybe then we'll see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Doubt it.
Okay, coming up next is the first rapid fire quiz of 2025.
The games begin.
Your chance to see Gabriel Iglesias on Valentine's Day at the Toyota Center. The name of this tour is Don't Worry, Be Fluffy. If you'd like to win these tickets to go see him on Valentine's Day, we need 5 contestants to try and win this through us. We play for you at 833-390-KRBE.
And as your rapid fire back-to-back champion,
Oh, my
I say, let the games begin. It's official now. You can call and pick.
Oh, because Eric made the announcement.
Where's my party horn blower?
I'm gonna
party
milk
horn
this all year,
blower.
baby. Back-to-back champion.
Yay.
I'm gonna make three-peat shirts. I'm gonna do it all this year.
Somebody who's very confident in his
The
abilities.
thing that
I
makes
sucked
me...
last year for 2 months. I only won once, so you might get me down
That's
for a
because
few
you're
weeks.
your own worst enemy.
Sidebar,
when you
'cause
get
we gotta
when you
run
get
on.
in a streak, you get really upset, and then you just throw
Yes,
the checkers
because
on the
Ryan,
floor.
if all the people in this room, the only person that thinks about the rapid fire quiz outside of the window of the rapid fire quiz is Eric.
I don't think about it ever.
Yes,
What-
you do.
Oh,
it
no, that
ruins
game
you.
lives
It
rent-free in your head.
ruins
Act
you.
like I study and practice to try and get these
No, but
questions.
you think about it. Like you're like, yeah, I won that.
Remember
Or,
that
oh,
one
I-
question?
Yeah.
I mean, I
yeah.
think about my greatness. How I
Anyway.
dominated
Oh,
for
my
2
God.
years.
Let's just see what happens.
Johnny.
833-390
Bring it on,
KRBE. Next on the Roula and Ryan Show.